Lagipun, kalau semua ejen dah pakai iris, Mata perlukan saya lagi ke?
Hello everyone, my Group is Ejen Ali as our movie review. First, let me introduce my team members consist of me, Azhar, Yana, Intan and Isma.
Next, I will explain about what this movie is about. The story starts with a flashback of 15 years. Two young women, Alia and Nikki, sneak in an restricted cargo area and steal an artificial heart for an old woman named Maya. Returning, they are intervened by pillar leaders. Trying to escape, Alia is defeated and cornered, who forcefully insists Nikki to escape with equipment while she continues to fight the leaders.
Ejen Ali, before, has learned to accept his duty in secret agency Metro Advanced Tactical Agency MATA to safeguard the future metropolis of Cyberaya from outside dangers after being unintentionally recruited as an agent. Ali is taken aback to learn that he is no longer the only master of the Infinity Regional Intelligence System Iris device, as MATA has updated all MATA operatives to Iris Neo. When Ali's position and use MATA are called into question as a result of the new innovation, he is approached by a rogue figure who claims to know about an unexpected personal connection to Ali. Ejen Ali puts his loyalty to MATA on the line in order to uncover this unknown heart. For the stakeholders, there are two characters that I chose, which is Ali and Nikki. For Ali, he is the main hero in this movie. He has the stake towards his agency as he was the only one who can control Iris that he wanted to be recognized by MATA. As he helping the people living in the rural area, which is known as Pinggiran without his vision, Ali had found out that his stepmother is a MATA techno agent and he had once used Iris in her mission. This could indicate why Ali seems to be interested in exploring Iris' capabilities, and despite of his clumsiness, undisciplined behavior, being fully aware that as an agent he could be killed at any moment, Ali doesn't seem to mind that he is going on dangerous mission. As for Nikki is the main villain in Ejen Ali movie. Nikki is known to be a woman with determination and she has the stake to do anything for the sake of revenge at Dato' Osman for being selfish mayor and justice for slum citizens at Cyberaya. Unfortunately, her anger and hatred toward Osman ultimately leading her getting more and more consumed by revenge and decide to destroy the city without regarding the consequences that it will see all the innocent within the city, including the pinggiran.
Hi, my name is Isma Haida. Now I will be presenting on ethical dilemma of the villain. As we can see, Nikki is in dilemma on whether she should stay and help Alia to fight the pillar leaders or to leave and escape with the artificial heart to save Maya, who is a citizen at the Pinggiran area. This scene can be seen during the early of the movie when Alia and Nikki sneak in a restricted cargo area to steal an artificial heart for Maya, who only have 3 days to live. Unfortunately, they are intervened by the pillar leaders. Trying to escape, Alia is defeated and cornered, then she forcefully insists Nikki to escape with the equipment. While she continues to fight the leaders, at that time, Nikki is having ethical dilemma to choose which person she wants to help. However, she lives with the artificial heart since Alia had asked her to go first. Next is the ethical dilemma of the hero. The first ethical dilemma of the hero is Ali is in dilemma on whether he should continue doing his mission to safeguard Dato' Osman, the mayor of Cyberaya city, from dangers or to help the people in Pinggiran. In this movie, Ali is an agent that has a duty to fulfill his mission. After he met and knowing Nikki, he is torn between family and duty. He must make an important choice whether to protect his hometown from all forms of terrorism and anarchy or join Nikki and her friends who have vowed to fight to change the system. In the process, he learns several important life lessons about his mother and MATA and becomes stronger and wiser. In the context of ethicality, fulfilling our duty and helping poor people are both ethical and a right thing to do. The second ethical dilemma of the hero is whether Ali wants to continue to be one of the MATA agents. This scene can be seen when Alicia asks Ali if he had been sabotaging the mission. Ali reveals his frustration of being an agent of MATA. Knowing that Iris Neo had been developed, he begins to question his place and usefulness to the agency. Ali feels that he is not needed if all the agents had iris and thought that Mata will get rid of him. Knowing that, Ali stated that he will help people who only need his help. Ali also wants to continue his mom legacy to help other people who are in need.
Consequentialism is an ethical theory that judges whether or not something is right but what its consequences are. For example, most people would agree that lying is unethical. However, consequentialism claims that telling a lie to save a person's life is the correct thing to do. Two examples of consequentialism are utilitarianism and hedonism. Utilitarianism evaluates outcomes based on the principle of the greatest good for the greatest number. Hedonism, on the other hand, states that anything is good if the result brings pleasure or prevents harm. Some criticize consequentialism because it makes it difficult, if not impossible, to predict the outcome of an action in advance. In some circumstances, no one can know the future with confidence. Therefore, consequentialism can lead to judgments that are undesirable even though the consequences are arguably beneficial in certain cases. For example, in Ejen Ali the movie, there is consequentialism action when Nikki and Alia steal an artificial heart in order to save Maya's life at the beginning of the movie. Even if stealing someone else's things is bad, they can use that to save Maya's life. Other than that, consequentialism action in this movie can be shown when Nikki steals Azurium in order to save the pinggiran community. Azurium improves their lives because it generates electricity that the community can use in their daily lives. At the end of the movie, during the ceremony for the new factory, Nikki wants to help and kill Dato' Uthman. She does so because she believes that if she murders Dato' Uthman, the selfish leader will vanish and the people of pinggiran will be relieved. According to the utilitarianism, Nikki's action is an ethical action. This is because the consequences of the act bring happiness to the greatest number of people in pinggiran community. Deontology is an ethical framework that employs rules to determine what is right and what is wrong. It is often associated with the philosopher Immanuel Kant. Kant believes that ethical behavior is guided by universal principles such as don't lie, don't steal, and don't cheat. Deontology is simple to apply. It only requires that people follow the rules and carry out their responsibilities. This method corresponds to our innate instincts about what is and is not ethical. Unlike consequentialism, which evaluates actions based on their outcomes, deontology does not require a cost-benefit analysis of a circumstances because you simply have to obey clear guidelines. This eliminates subjectivity and unpredictability. Despite its power, adhering to deontology rigidly can yield outcomes that many people find unacceptable. In Ejen Ali the movie, there is deontology action when Ali sabotages the mission by leaks details to Nikki and her sidekicks and plans a raid at night. The other deontology action in this movie is when Ali lies to Alicia regarding the thief incident. Besides, the deontology action has been shown when Ali breaks the security. However, Vikram is alert and he surrounded them with privacy protection. They are aided in their escape by Ali's iris override mode. The next action is stealing the resources. This action can be shown when Ali discovers a secret storage of Ethereum and collects data to reveal it to Nikki. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Intan Shafika and I will present a question about what is ethical actions based on the golden rule would we have taken if we were in the villain's shoes, who is Nikki. First and foremost, I will briefly explain what is meant by the golden rule. The golden rule is the principle of treating others as one wants to be treated. First ethical action based on golden rule is if we do not want to be used by others, we should not do so. If we were in Nikki's shoes, we will never exploit the weaknesses of others for our own benefit. For example, we will not occasionally use Ali as bait to defeat the Mata. Instead, we will work on our own to achieve our goal. Second is, if we want to be supported by others, then we should support them too. We will give full support to Nikki's friend Alia in her new career as Mata agent instead of hating on her. This is because we need to try to support whatever decision is made by our loved ones, even if the decision is bitter to accept, so that each can give support to each other. Last but not least is, if we want to be forgiven, then we should learn to forgive others. We will learn to forgive and control our egos to apologize. For example, we will forgive the negligence of the Meta authorities who are not concerned with the oppressed communities in Pinggiran and apologize for the problems that Nikki has caused. Next is our feelings that we will feel as the villain are remorse, guilt, and shame. First is remorse. We will feel remorse for abusing power and committing violence against civilians in Cyberraya for our self-interest. Second is guilt. We will feel guilty for stealing Azurium, which is someone else's property, although the theft was done for the benefit of the people in Pinggiran, but the act remained wrong. Last one is shame. We will feel ashamed for being unprofessional and poor emotional control. Ideally, we need to wisely control our emotions and try to solve problems in a good way. So that's all from me. I will pass to the last presenter, Isma, to present the conclusion.
In a nutshell, some of the lessons that we can learn from Ejen Ali the movie are love that has no boundaries between a mother and a child. The love from the people we love the most is too deep that no boundaries can penetrate it. That's what love between Ali and his mother portrayed in this movie. Even though Alia passed away long ago, Ali's love for his mother has never been extinguished because of this everlasting love. Ali trying to face the enemy is increasing. Second lesson is to take responsibility towards the mistakes that have been done. Ali took responsibility on his mistakes for helping Nikki and her friends to steal Azurium and make her stronger. When we take responsibility, we can reflect ourselves for our mistakes and fix the problem. We should not be scared to take responsibility because it can make us to be more matured and know how to solve problems in the future. Last but not least, fight for justice. Ali and Nikki vow to build a better version of Cyberraya where nobody is left impoverished and wanting. Both characters share common values of fighting for justice, yet they have chosen to operate on different sides of the law. When Ali is fighting with Nikki, he confronts Nikki that Nikki is the one who's steering Cyberraya instead of healing it. In this movie, we should fight for justice in the right way instead of acting recklessly.